I woke up this morning and checked Twitter and found out there are hackers, cheaters in Rocket League. This doesn't happen too often. Last time there were cheaters in Rocket League, it was more like win trading their way to the top to get rank 1. This one is a bit more involved in its actual hacking. From what I have seen, there is an invisibility hack where people can just have their car be invisible. So this is Alpha Cap.
Is this kid cheating?
So buggy. Obviously it doesn't look like that on their screen, but
oh my.
So from what I know of what I've seen from these clips just on Twitter, people see it as their nameplate stays still on kickoff and then their car is invisible for the rest of the game. I won an E 5 minutes ago, I won against him. Okay. from what I'm seeing from this, it seems like for the first time in Rocket League's history, we have an actual like cheat, an actual hack in ranked. We've had stuff in the past with minor stuff. Win trading isn't minor, but it's not exactly a hack. It's more like an exploit of the game system. This is a genuine hack for the game. This is something that changes the way the game is actually played and gives you a crazy unfair advantage due to someone hacking in, due to someone cheating, like actually cheating in the game. Rocket League is one of those games where people for years have always thought it is impossible to cheat in the game just because of the nature of the game. With things like first-person shooters, you can get aimbot, you can get blah, blah, blah. Invisibility is actually a thing in first-person shooters as well, but not something I ever thought would come to Rocket League. Rocket League finally having cheaters, finally having hackers in their game, obviously is not a good thing, but I don't think it's gonna last as long as like, normally, look, I'm someone who does this a lot, and I need to stop because it's made me more of a cynical person than I want to be. I see things like this, and normally I'd be like, oh my god, this game is dealing with more issues, blah, 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 Psyonix fix your game. But you have to remember, this is the first time in what, how long is this, like 9 years-ish, that this game has had like proper hackers, proper cheaters. And if that's the case, they're doing pretty well for themselves, and I don't doubt that they will be able to deal with this. It might take a little bit of time, but having hackers in the game, having cheaters in the game, and having it be something like this, like it's not definite, if you know what I mean. Like this is not like, oh, you have this cheat, you automatically win, which is nice, it's good. Obviously, you're probably gonna lose if you're going up against this because they're invisible, there's not much you can do. People have made mods about this to like mess with their friends and have a laugh. But now it's an actual cheat in ranked. Yeah, you're probably losing that match. However, this will and can get fixed. Sorry, this can and will get fixed. Obviously, I don't doubt they'll fix this pretty soon. They have to fix this within like a week. Otherwise, the competitive integrity of the game is gone. Like, so that's something obviously they're gonna look into. You would hope. I'm gonna really give them the benefit of the doubt this video. I reckon they got this. The other thing that came along with this, I had someone reach out to me and message me on Discord and they said, hey, I got a question. I ran into a player with a 5-time world champion title. Is that even real? I thought 2-0 was the most with 4. I proof it. I was like, damn, never heard of that. What is the proof? I've been keen to see. He sends me this. Now this, like you saw before, the 5-time world champion thing, obviously this isn't real. Some dude called Jingle Pop 123 is not a 5-time Rocket League world champion, as is Fast. Goes on to say, I was playing with a couple people, and I was like, it's Bucks mod, it's gotta be Bucks mod, right? Like, there was a thing, I think it's called Alpha Console, there was a thing where people could edit their tags, but this dude said he's on Xbox, so I was like, that's not real then, like, I don't know how this works. Sledge said it's a banned tool. Oh no, I thought it was show on the screen. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And then a few years later, I see this pop up. So I'm like, oh, what you saw wasn't like a random Bucks mod thing. You're seeing people who are using this software that they're getting from a Discord. This software that is being used to hack the game, being used to cheat, is definitely being sold. When people find a way to exploit a game, they also find a way to make money from it. So this is definitely just some software, probably a Discord that is going around selling the software, selling the stuff that makes your game so you can hack the game, so you can get invisible and blah, 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 beat all these players, become a 5-time world champ, you know, all that stuff. It's definitely just being sold, which is unfortunate, but it's probably what this guy on Discord experienced. Just some dude who's using the title aspect of it. What does this mean for Rocket League that we have hackers in the game for the first time, the proper first time in 9 years? Well, we've had lag switching in the past, which I think is present in almost every single competitive video game, because lag switching is probably one of the easier ways to mess with your opponent and get an unfair advantage. but not technically hacking. Cheating, yes, but having an invisible car in ranked is, obviously. So, that's like an update. Hey, this is happening in Rocket League. That's kind of the update. I'm sure you know about it, but this is just a little update. I might be a little late, actually. But what does this mean for the game? Well, it means that people who are obviously not the best people are gonna find ways to hack the game more now that they know there is a way in. I think once people find an opening in and they say, okay, someone managed to get invisible cars into online, into ranked games, there's now this opening of like, it is possible. Let me see what else I can do. And so realistically, I think we have to expect there's probably going to be more hacking coming into the game now that this has been like opened. But also Rocket League and Epic Games and Psyonix collectively will have to address it very quickly. Because once something like this happens, if you don't address it as a company, it's so bad. Like it's such a bad look that, especially because it's the first time, right? There's like a bit of leeway. It's like, it's your first time dealing with hackers. That's fine. But you have to address this within a week. You have to kind of deal with it and get it gone within a week, but you have to address that it is happening very, very soon. You can't like sweep it under the rug. Oh, I'm sure it's fine. No, man. Like, no. So yeah, just a bit of a quick update. Yes, there are hackers in the game at the moment. Yes, if you're playing ones especially, you might run into hackers in the game. If you see someone with like the 5 world champion title, don't ask for a sign. It's just some guy. Yes, if you play ones, you may run into invisible players, in which case you can try beat them. And if you do, message me because that's kind of sick. Realistically though, if you jump into a ones match and you're going to go up against an invisible player, you're probably going to lose. Unless, you know, you start pulling out some crazy strats. Yeah, it's gonna be another one of those cases like when the Nexto bot was in Rocket League and it was pretty hard to beat them in ones because their flicks were perfect. While this is up, I would probably say avoid ones. It's not worth losing MMR over someone who's probably going to, you know, be invisible and then try and get a reaction out of you. From some of the clips I've seen, they're not the nicest people. So, my advice, avoid ones. It's not worth losing time, losing patience, losing MMR. 2, wait for it all blow over. If you follow Rocket League on Twitter, find out when it's all happening. I doubt they'll announce anything in game because that kind of shows to the wider population that we had an issue recently, and they probably want to keep that under wraps as best they can. So hopefully, I think it'll be fine. Honestly, I think give it a week, give it 2 weeks. I think it'll be fine. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.